pasture, run 'em in the pen, work 'em up the Sundays, do it all again. Race 'em in the sand, buck 'em in the mud, drip a cowboy's sweat, bleed a cowboy's blood.
I'm Zeke Thurston, 2016 World Champion Saddlebrock Rider, and you're watching the Pepper Stewart Show.
Zeke told you that. I didn't tell you. He told you because he knows about stuff. So it is rodeo time in Texas, as it always is in Texas anyway, but it's even bigger right now because right here, just down the road from Dallas, you got a lot of stuff going on. Arlington, you got the NFR here, you got the PBR here, you got the Women's World Championship going on. So there's a lot of stuff happening that we've got to get to. And on the show, we've got a couple of guests we're going to visit with. Being Corona time, they can't come in here anymore. That's against the law, apparently. So we talked to them through the interweb net, and we're going to do that. We're going to have some good odd news for you, some good crazy stories. I've got a few of those. We've got some beef news, cattle news, some events coming up. There's some charity events coming up in December that we were part of last year. We're part of again this year, the Careity Foundation. I'll get into that a little bit because you're going to want to know about the Careity Foundation. If you didn't watch it last year, you didn't know what happened, but you're going to want to watch it. So stuff's going on with that. We'll get to that here in a little bit later. But what I've got right now that's about to kick off here pretty soon, and that is the Professional Bull Riders World Finals right here in Arlington, Texas. You're like, Arlington, where's that? Between Dallas and Fort Worth, just right there. So anyway, with that, we've got one of the contestants right here. We're going to talk to him and see what he thinks about it and what he's got going on. And that right there is Brock Radford. Brock, what is going on?
Oh, not a whole lot. You?
Oh, just doing what we do. So PBR is coming up. What do you think about that?
It's pretty awesome. Yeah, shoot, it's been a crazy year for everyone. So just to, adapt to the changes and get through this year and finish it off with the final is a good accomplishment. Great accomplishment. And
that is, and talking about the bull riding and getting the opportunity to compete in the World Finals, not only the World Finals, but at the Spaceship in Arlington, Jerry World, AT&T Cowboy Stadium. But let's go back a few years and let's talk about what got you started. What got you started in bull riding?
My family rodeoed. My mom and dad were in it. My mom barrel raced and my dad rode saddle bronc. So I was always around it from a little kid, and pretty much we have a bull riding up in Canada. It's a memorial bull riding for Glenn Keeley, and it's one of them deals. The whole town shuts down and everybody's at that bull riding. And my parents took me to that when I was younger, and kind of got hooked there, and yeah, started riding steers and worked my way up through the ranks to junior bulls and that, and yeah, here we are.
All right, and sticking with the bull riding, riding bulls and bull riding, did you ever venture off into any other events like saddle bronc or bareback, anything like that, or just stick to bull riding?
No, I actually steer wrestle. At pro rodeos back home in Canada, I'll enter them now and then and do some steer wrestling. But no, I never did try my hand at the bronc riding or bareback riding. Just stuck to the bull riding, and then I did a little bit of bulldogging, but that's about it.
Okay, all right. So, what do you think about you're making the World Finals, and it looks good. It's getting close. You're like, man, I'm making the World Finals. Getting ready to go to Las Vegas, and they're like, wait a minute, we're going to Texas. So what do you think about that?
Oh, anything they can do. They had to, they had a curveball thrown at them with this COVID, and had to kind of bob and weave and figure out an alternative plan. And yeah, they did that. And what better place to do it? And, everything's bigger in Texas. So let's go to Jerry's house and put on the World Finals there and cap off everybody's year.
Oh, it's going to be a great show. That place, I know, Jerry Jones is a big fan of rodeo, and he really enjoys the bull riding. So, when he built that stadium for the Cowboys, the football Cowboys, but I think he really had, rodeo Cowboys in mind when he built that thing, because man, it's been a phenomenal arena, for rodeo, for the fans, for the spectators, for the competitors. Just that's a heck of a place to be for some rodeo action.
Absolutely, it's an iconic sports venue. It's up there with like Madison Square Garden. As an athlete, it's an honor to compete in a venue like that. It's pretty cool.
So what kind of hobbies you got besides riding bulls? What do you do on your downtime? Kind of relax? Do you work cows? Do you snowboard? Do you ride? I guess you're in Canada, so you ride snowmobiles or?
Yeah, I play some hockey. I get messing around and play a little bit of hockey in the winter and do some snowboarding for sure. We definitely have the element up there. Yeah, that's about it. Some ice fishing with some buddies in the winter. Yeah, just whatever to keep you from getting bored up there and stay warm anyway.
I watch a lot of the game warden shows, Lone Star Law, and I think it's Northern Woodsman, where they, the game wardens that are from up that area, and I see a lot of that ice fishing thing. How does that work? How does the ice fishing? I see they drill a hole in the ice and you put a little hut around there and just kind of camp out and drop it in the line and see what happens.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it, is get a hut, and then you can get a wood stove in there and at least stay warm while you do it. But yeah, you just drill a hole in the ice. Obviously, you make sure the ice is thick enough for you to be on there, which it's cold enough in Canada. It's plenty thick enough most of the time. So yeah, you drill your hole in the ice and then drop it in and hopefully see what you get. And then you just pull them up through the hole. Yeah, it's just.
I'd like to try that, but being in Texas, me and cold weather don't mix. 70 at 70 degrees, I'm wearing a parka, so there's no way I can ice fish.
I'm the same way. The only way they get me ice fishing is when I go with my buddies, because I know they got the hut over it with a wood stove in there, because I ain't sitting out in the wind or cold.
Oh yeah. So what do you have? Do you have a game plan in mind coming up? For the World Finals, do you have a goal set in mind or an idea set for when you get there? Kind of a personal goal you set for yourself.
Yeah, I want to win around for sure. I want to win around. That's definitely a big goal of mine. But just stay focused and one bull at a time, and stay focused on riding one bull at a time, whatever bull it is, and yeah, do that and let the chips fall where they may. But yeah, I definitely want to run and gun for a round or a couple of rounds. I think everybody does. And and obviously the end goal is at 300,000 for the finals champ. But yeah, just can't think too far ahead. Just keep it simple and one step at a time. So just focusing on that first bull.
All right, Brock. Before we let you go, we've got the fan favorite questions and the random stuff people want to know. So when you're up there in Canada, hanging out with your buddies, you got a fire going, you got a grill going, you're cooking out. What are you throwing on that grill?
Oh, I'm a steak guy. Yeah, all right, steaks for sure. Steaks and burgers. I like a good works burger like the Australians do it. I like to put some beetroot and some pineapple on that burger and stuff. Huh. But yeah.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Sounds good. All right, Brock. Well, tell you what, man, we appreciate you visiting with us and letting us know a little bit about what you got going on coming up for the finals, a little bit about you. And, man, wish you good luck, and we'll see you there.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Take care.
Thank you.
Arlington, Texas. The boys are back in town, and they're bringing some friends. The professional bull riders are bringing the 2020 World Finals to the AT&T Stadium. The world's toughest riders and rankest bulls invade Texas, November 12th through the 15th for 4 nights of bone-crushing, heart-pounding entertainment. Limited tickets are available at the box office, online at SeatGeek.com and PBR.com. Find out what it means to be cowboy.
All right. Hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget to make your way out there to AT&T Stadium. Professional Bull Riders is going on out there. Check it out. But there's another event coming up in December. You're going to want to check it out. Careity, the Careity Foundation. Last year we were out there for the celebrity cutting, and the co-chairs of the event are, of course, Taylor Sheridan, Nicole Sheridan, Yellowstone, the creators of Yellowstone. They are the co-chairs of the event. They were out there last year. If you watch this enough, then you've seen the videos we put out of the cutting where you had Cody Johnson was there, there's a couple other musicians there. Oh, the one guy, Frank. Dang, I can't think of his name now, Frank. But he was a guitar player. I forget which band. But anyway, I'll get more into that as we get closer to it. We'll get into it. But Jimmy from Yellowstone's going to be there. The girl who plays Teeter, she's going to be up there in December. She's supposed to be there. I think Cole Hauser going to be there again. Mo, the cast of characters that were there last year pretty much going to come back. So if you watched our interviews or our footage from that, they're going to be there again. Of course, we're going to be there again for that event, and that is Careity. Now, they're not going to have the concert and the big dinner and concert this year because it's Corona time. So it's going to be the celebrity cutting. They're going to have the cutting. You can buy tickets. Go to their website, Careity Foundation. Go to the website. If you just Google it, Careity Foundation, it'll pull up. You'll see this stuff. You click on events. You click on celebrity cutting, and then you purchase your tickets. They're going to sell tickets in lots like everybody's doing everywhere else, where you have little lots of tickets. So everybody's spread out. So you need to go out and enjoy the event. The auction. They're still working on the live auction details for the live auction, but the silent auction will be going as usual. There's going to be a lot of good stuff there. I had a meeting with them yesterday, and there's a lot of good stuff coming up in that auction that you're going to want to check out. There's a couple of items, they're adding items every day. There's some good stuff. Careity Foundation. And if you can't go to the event, you can't go, they help cancer. It's a cancer patient deal. They help the cancer patients where they don't just write a check and give somebody money. No, it's not how it works. They work with the people. It's hands-on. They help the people out. If you go to the doctors, you got doctor bills, whatever, they deal directly with the doctors. Whatever your bills are, they work with that to where, the money that you donate, 100% is going to help someone. It's not going to, like a GoFundMe where they take a bunch of money out, or other places where they have, fees that go all over the place. This money goes straight to help someone. So if you can't go to the event, you can't buy something at auction, just send $5. Go to the website, click it, and hey, here's $5. $5. Why not? Send it over, and it's for a good cause. Check it out. But anyway, next episode, we're going to get more into it. A lot more details. Once they arise, we'll tell you about that. But don't get scared. Don't get scared. Now, all right. Hospitals. Have you been to the hospital before? Have you been to a haunted hospital? A haunted hospital, yes. That's where I was. Halloween night. I was in Mineral Wells at the old Fort something another hospital. I can't think of it now. I guess I should write this stuff down. But if you Google it, haunted hospital, Mineral Wells, it's an old Army hospital. It's been shut down for a long time. And so Halloween night, we were out there walking the halls of the hospital. We went through the morgue and through everywhere. All right, that's the shot of the outside. That's outside. And there's about 3 floors. We went all 3 floors. We went up to the roof. We got on the roof, walked around. And, it's just the stuff you see in there. There was some other folks there. We went with a group. There's an association that's called Haunted Rooms America. If you go to Haunted Rooms America, you can get on their email list and sign up to go on these different tours, these different events. And you can go out there, and they have haunted places all across the U.S., all across England, because they're based over there. And certain nights, you just set up and you go join a group and take off and go. And that's what we did. And that was on Halloween. You get in a tour group, you go on a tour. They give you a tour of the place. You walk around, you walk around, you look at everything. And then once they explain all the areas where you're at, you get used to walking around. Then you're gone. You take off on your own. You got your flashlight, and you just go walk around looking at stuff, taking pictures, trying to catch things, anomalies, orbs, ghosts. Now, there was a couple people there that claimed to have seen doppelgangers and had to get some, don't laugh, they had to get some holy water dumped on them, along with being saged, and had a priest visit them. But I don't know. That stuff like that never happens to me. So I don't know. It's always somebody else. I don't know. It was a group of people. So I don't know if it's because it was the group and they were just, everybody was trying to outspook each other. I don't know, but it's pretty neat to check it out. So if you ever get the opportunity to check those out, You should do it. That right there is where the bodies go. That is in the morgue. That's the cold freeze, the old cold freezer where you put the 4 bodies. So you got to think how many bodies have been in and out of that cold freezer right there. That was the basement down on the ground floor, wandering around checking that out. That's the operating, one of the operating rooms. So people knocked holes in the wall just to look in there in different places. So it's a neat place. Go check it out. When you're walking around, you see things. Law enforcement uses that building for training. So when you're walking around, you see all these little pellets. They don't use paintball because it'd mess up the wall stuff. So they use airsoft BBs. So you can walk around and see airsoft BBs everywhere because they're in there shooting each other and doing training. So that's a good deal to check out. And what we're going to do, we're going to take a break. Let's take a break, and then we'll come right back with some more good stuff for you. Always something going on all the time. And with that, there's a huge event. Everybody's like, what do you mean huge event going on in Texas? There's lots of them. Yes, there is. But there's another one that is even more historic than the last. Always making history, always bringing something new to the world of rodeo. It's happened. And with the WCRA, the World Championship Rodeo Alliance, and not only they launched that, which is a great opportunity for any level rodeo athlete, they stepped it up again with the Women's World Finals, or Women's Championship, World Finals Championship Rodeo, busting out right here in Arlington, Texas Cowboy Stadium. And I know a little bit about it. I don't know enough about it. So that's why I've got the man with the plan that knows it all right here, Mr. Scott Davis, Vice President of the WCRA, to fill us in on what's going down between Cowtown and Arlington.
How you doing, Pepper?
Oh, doing great. So how's it going out there?
It's going really well. We are in, I guess, kind of the middle of day 3 of the qualifying rounds, and things are going really, really well. We're excited. We're at Will Rogers Memorial Coliseum doing a large amount of the qualifying for the Women's Rodeo World Championship. And then, as you just mentioned, the top 6 in each discipline will join the guys over at AT&T Stadium during PBR World Finals on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So lots of ladies and lots of rodeo the last 72 hours out there running together. You know how that goes in event mode, but it's been really, really good. We've been streaming that live on Ride Pass, and so just happy to check in with you this afternoon, and we appreciate you having us on.
So what was the feedback you got? I know when the big announcement came out about the event, of course, back then it was before Corona time in Las Vegas. And so when all that came out and was announced that you were going to have the Women's World Finals, what kind of feedback did you get from that as far as the contestants and those looking to qualify?
It's been really good, Pepper. Pre-COVID, things were really going well for our platform. Participation was at an all-time high, up, 3 digits, and categorically as far as participation and nomination and attempting to qualify to a major event. And as you said, in February at Kansas City, right as the whole pandemic thing was really, really heating up, we announced the Women's Rodeo World Championship and the guaranteed payout of $750,000. And we got a lot of really good feedback. The ladies have done a tremendous job supporting this endeavor, and we've worked really, really hard to set the stage here this week and control all the elements we could control, and give them a chance to win a lot of money. But generally speaking, it's been really, really good. We're fortunate, knock on wood, but we try pretty hard, and it seems to be paying off so far this week.
Okay, and as far as you guys are doing pretty much all the timed events. Has there been any talk? I know I've had a lot of folks asking me about it. And is there any plans in the works that you're thinking of adding on a rough stock event or two to the women's sections of the rodeo, or is it pretty much going to stay timed event for now?
Well, I think, right now, we obviously everybody knows the tremendous curve that breakaway roping is going through, growth curve, well deserved, by the way, and we completely respect that. Obviously, barrel racing's been a staple for the women for a long, long time. And when we set up this event and announced it, we decided to, we included women's team roping, which is a discipline that we believe can grow, but also needs to grow. And so I think right now, I would say that we're focused on really building that team roping up to where it's very similar to the breakaway and the barrel racing. And maybe once we get there, we'll take another big bite, but we're excited about this. We actually said it out loud first here. We're committed to a 2021 Women's Rodeo World Championship in Las Vegas during the PBR finals next November. So we're excited about that. We're committed. We think that there's a lot of growth that can happen in the women's side of this industry, and they're supporting that and supporting us by participating. So we're, like I said earlier, we're just going to keep working hard. I think we'll probably stick with what we've got right now, but nothing's off the table. We like to explore any and all thoughts that will help grow the sport. So if the ladies' rough stock disciplines ever fall into that, then we might very well look into it.
And that'll work, and I've been saying that for years. For the a lot of different associations, lower association things they offer the breakaway for the women. They have other opportunities, but when you get up in the big professional ranks, you barrel race or you don't, and there's no other opportunity. Right. So the women don't have anything else to do. But with what the WCRA has done, we're open the avenue and the opportunity where these women that go rodeo their entire life up through college, and they get done with college, like, well, I can barrel race or I can go watch TV. And so what you guys have done has opened the doors to a lot. And I see it at a lot of the local practice pens and things that I go to. There's a lot more breakaway practices going on, a lot more women's team roping, and you don't just see it from the old, I won't say the older women, but you see a lot of the kids. As the kids coming up, the kids are wanting to break away. The kids are wanting to team rope, and the junior high and high school levels working their way up because they see the WCRA, they see what you guys are doing. Like, look, I want to be there. That's where I want to go. I'm going to get out here in the pen and bust my butt because I'm going to be there, and that's Absolutely. What they're striving for, and that's a great thing for rodeo.
Right, and you hit the nail on the head at the youth level. And the scholastic and intercollegiate levels of the sport, there's a lot of women. I don't know the numbers. We're have a great relationship with National High School Rodeo, but I'm not exactly sure of their numbers. But if they've got 12,000 members, I would wager with you that probably 65 or 70% of those are female. And so, when you look at the pipeline of the numbers coming like that, and exactly what you said, they don't have anywhere to go when they're done at intercollegiate rodeo, and providing them a place to do that, I think, will help them get more serious about being better and trying harder or staying hooked or whatever phrase you want to tag onto it. But that's we're hopeful of that, and we're excited about this property. We're committed to it. We've got great partners with the PBR. We think it pairs really well with the PBR World Finals, and we're right in the middle of this first one, and I'm really anxious to see how it goes over at AT&T Stadium. But so far, so good.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, Scott, man, I appreciate you visiting with us. I know you're busy over there in Fort Worth. I can see where you're at. You're in the Coliseum with 22 alleyways. I've been in there. I know where you're at. So
yeah, that's right. I'm back here in one of these little offices. Yep. I think they're doing some barrel racing out there right now. Maybe the open progressive round. But yeah, it's hot and heavy around here. But always appreciate you putting us on and if we can ever do anything for you guys, you just let us know.
All right, Scott, I appreciate it, and we'll see you there.
All right. Thanks, Pepper.
Thank you. All right. Good stuff. I know exactly. He's in between the two hallways in that one area. At first, I was like, is he sitting in the bathroom? But I was like, oh, that's not the bathroom. That's the hallway between two offices because you got doors on both sides, so you can shut the doors, and it's quiet right there. But he's in the Coliseum between the two. So anyway, the good stuff. But anyway, make your way out there to the WCRA. Go watch that. Go watch what they got going on right now over there in Fort Worth, so you can go watch the, like I said, the top 6 over there during the Professional Bull Riders. Coming up, November 21st, depending on when you watch this, and what the day is. If you're a late replayer, then you're like, what? When was that? November 21st, Yellowstone. Yellowstone, the TV show. If you don't know, now you know. There it is. Paramount Network, November 21st. They are going to air every single episode of Yellowstone. So if you missed any of them, go get a whole bunch of popcorn, go get a porta potty, and put it beside you and sit there all day long and watch Yellowstone. Or if you got one of those fancy TVs like we do, you can pause it and go to the bathroom. You don't have to use a bedpan, but that's up to you. I mean, if you want to use a bedpan, you can. It's 2020. They use all kinds of bathrooms these days, right? So check it out, watch it. That's some good stuff. I don't know what else to tell you. The internet, look it up. I guess I need to get down the road. I guess that's what I need to do. I need to get down the road and see what is going on. But pepperstewart.com, if you go there to the website, look around on it, there has been a lot of merchandise added to the website. You click on the links, you can buy CBD flower if you want to smoke it. You can buy t-shirts, you can buy hoodies, whatever you want to buy. Order it right there. Just click on links, and there's plenty of stuff to get. Go check out the hoodies. The hoodies have been doing good. We've got probably, 50 or 60 different designs of t-shirts, hoodies, towels, face masks if you want to walk around in Corona time. All that stuff is on there. Click it, Google it, look it up. Check us out on all social media sites. All the social media sites, we're still there. I know people are leaving here and there and everywhere to go to try new sites. We're still on all of the major sites. Check it out. Look it up. And while you're there, buy a t-shirt.